I didn't have anything to talk about today, and I didn't have much motivation to post, but I didn't want to break my streak. So I'm going to just post what was on my mind today. So today, you know, today is a Friday. So no work. I'm off for the next 2 days. It's time to indulge in my hobbies and, you know, all the things I want to take care of that I didn't take care of during the week. And I decided to treat myself. And I took myself down to this little wing place and I got myself kung fu tea. And you see, back with my old partner, what we used to do, we used to get kung fu tea often. And every time we got kung fu tea, we would record a little video. And because if you don't know, kung fu tea, it's like a boba place. And they give you the drink. And how the drink is it's kind of like they put a seal on it, a plastic seal. And they give you a straw with a sharp tip. Kind of like a Capri Sun, where you got to poke through it to get access to your drink. So every time we got kung fu tea together, we would record a little video, and on the count of three, we would both put in our straw at the same time. And I think we at least had like 60 videos or something. And I don't know the last time I got kung fu tea, but I decided to treat myself and get some today because I was like, it's been a minute. Why not? Got myself some kung fu tea. And as I was putting the straw in, it just reminded me of that time that I used to do it with that person. And I gotta say, breakups are hard. They're hard. This is my first serious relationship, my first long term relationship. All the relationships prior to that, you know, it was like 3, 4 months. And after we broke up, I was kind of over it. I was like, man, whatever. Like they kind of just disappeared from my mind. So I didn't necessarily know that when you have a serious relationship and you guys break up, obviously it's going to be sad. But what I wasn't aware of is that that person is going to be a part of you essentially for the rest of your life. There's going to be things that remind you of that person, even if it's been a while. And like for me, it's still fresh, like it's only been like, I think like 2 or 3 months, you know? So it's still pretty fresh. But I would say that's the biggest struggle that I'm going through right now is realizing that person's going to be a part of you. You know, and if I'm being honest, I still struggle on the weekends because we used to see each other on the weekends. Every Friday, right after work, I would drive over, pick her up, and we'll do the same thing. It's like routine, like clockwork. And so having that shift was very interesting. Now, I don't even know what the point of this video is. Maybe it's to get some stuff off my chest, um, or just talk about how I'm feeling. I don't think I really have any advice for today. But I don't want this to be a sad video because even though it is sad, it's also, I would say it's bittersweet. You know, the bitter part is y'all not together anymore, but the sweet part is that you have nice things to remember. And I feel like having nice things to remember about a relationship is a blessing on its own because not a lot of people have that. You know, some people don't have anything nice to remember about their partner, and it's unfortunate. But, that's just how life is. You have people come and you have people go in your life, and you'll have things that remind you of that person. And honestly, it's more than just that one person. Even my friends, I used to hang out with my friends a lot. And I feel like right now God's calling me into isolation because I just haven't really been doing anything with my friends. And it's kind of like anything that I would try to do, it wouldn't really work out. So it feels like I lost more than just my relationship, you know. Feels like I lost some of my friendships as well. And sometimes, actually today, I went to a common spot that my friends and I would hang out at. And it's honestly so surreal how you can go to a spot and it's just you there. It's just you by yourself. All it is that spot. That's all it is. Just a building, just some concrete. But you can see like all the different memories of like where your friends used to sit, where your girl used to sit, all that stuff. And it's very bittersweet, you know? So sometimes during these hard times, you just got to remember that you're going to be okay. You're going to be just fine. Time heals all wounds. Time is going to patch that up. And this dry spell is temporary. God's isolating you to lock in and not have any distractions so you can focus on your grind and focus on your purpose. And, you don't want to dwell in the past, but sometimes just reflecting on the good old times is needed, and it happens whether you want it to or not. I didn't expect to take a trip down memory lane, you know, but some of my actions caused me to, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what today's lesson is. I don't even have a lesson. I just have one thing, and that is you will be better. All of this is temporary. You're going to be okay. Don't give up on what you believe in. Don't give up on your goals. And don't dwell in the past. It's cool to think about the past. And maybe if you feel like it, go to, an old spot or whatever. But do not sit and stay in that suffering. It's not good for you. But I think that's all for this video. It's currently day 17 out of 365. This is an 11-day video streak. And I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm wearing the Jesus Loves You hoodie today. Oh, let me tell you something. So I'm actually wearing this hoodie. I mean, not only because I really like this hoodie, but my pants arrived. So I finally got the set. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this joint's sweet. Like, I never had flares before, but I mess with them. Like, I need to give me some more flares. You know what I'm saying? But got the Jesus Loves You. Jesus loves you. But ironically, today was actually the first time I ever wore the set. And a guy came up to me. I was at Advanced Auto getting some coolant because I have a little coolant leak that I need to fix. And I had to top off my radiator with some coolant to make sure it's good and it doesn't overheat. And some guy, he's just hitting a cigarette. And he's like, "Excuse me, sir. I don't mean to bother you or anything, but do you have any spare change? And if not, a prayer will do." And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I don't got time for this dude. Like, I'm, trying to rip and run. But I was like, So I was honest. I told him I didn't have any change. If I did, I would have gave him some. But I did take him up on his offer. And I asked for his name. His name was Jazz, like jazz music. And so I asked for permission if I could put my hand on his shoulder. Because I just feel like when you pray for somebody, or when you're praying for somebody that's in person with you, I feel like it's a lot more powerful to either have your hand on their shoulder or have their hand on the head. So I put my hand on his shoulder and I prayed for him. It was a nice little prayer. I felt like I could have said more, but I said what I said. After that, he was very grateful. He looked at me in my eyes and he told me I needed that prayer. And then we dapped each other up. It was a marvelous dap. Like one of those daps where like you hear the whole clap, like whoosh, like I know y'all fellas know what I'm talking about. It was a good dap. And then after that, I went to the car and I remembered I have like tons of quarters in here. So even though I didn't have any cash to give him, I gave him all my coins. And it mainly consisted of quarters. So like it wasn't like just like 3 dimes and a penny. It was at least like $2 and change. And after that, he was like, "Thanks, man. I appreciate it. You be safe out there." And then I stepped off. And for some reason, after I left, all I felt was just guilt and unworthiness. You know, I felt unworthy that of all people, he asked me for a prayer. I'm like, why is he asking me? Like, I'm all the way down here. Like, I haven't read the Bible in a while. I do pray to God often, but I just felt so unworthy. And I felt like I didn't give enough. I don't know why this guilt came over me. Maybe it's me trying to shame myself, but I don't really know what the point of me telling y'all that this story is, or the reason why I'm telling you this story, but it's just something interesting that happened today. And that was the first time that somebody has ever asked me to pray for them. And it happened to be when I was wearing the set. So at least I have something to always remember this set by. The first time I wore this set, the full dripped out Jesus Loves You hoodie, Jesus Loves You pants, Somebody asked me to pray for them. A complete stranger named Jazz. And I hope Jazz is doing all right out there. I'm probably going to remember his name for the rest of my life. And I'm probably never going to see him again. But that just goes to show how interesting life can be. So, I don't know what this video was today. I don't know. But I took care of my goal, which is to talk to you guys and continue my streak. So, thank you guys for watching. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Keep your head up. All of this is temporary. You will be okay. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.